Well, join me now to discuss what next for Nairobi, and the precedent that it sets for devolution is city lawyer James Mamboleo. James, thanks for joining us. The governor is likely to be charged in court tomorrow. We've seen a couple of charges. Do we definitively know what he is likely to be charged with? And with such a case, how long can we expect it to go on?
We do not for sure know the exact charges that we expect the prosecution to present against Mike Mbuvi's Sonko, governor of Nairobi. But for sure, having followed the trail of reportings on EACC activities for quite some time now, we know for sure that he's going to be charged with, amongst many other things, issues dealing with the abuse of office, use of office to benefit himself, using his powers as governor to benefit his cronies and so on and so forth. Generally, abuse of office to enrich himself and his friends. And what is interesting is that we are also now likely, at least from the statement we saw from the Inspector General of Police, we are also likely to see him being charged of offenses of obstructing police officers in the course
and that's
of
quite
conducting...
true, but how long would one expect something like this to go on in the courts? And I know that's difficult to determine given how long Waititu's case has been going on, the governor of Kiambu, but is this something that can be reasonably concluded in 2020? Will we be in 2022 with a governor in court? And
it's very difficult to determine how long these cases are going to take, looking at the way these cases are going on in the courts. But considering that the judiciary has now set aside specific courts to deal with corruption cases, we expect that these cases will go on a bit faster than usual. However, I cannot bet that it's going to happen any sooner than probably 2021.
Wow. And do you foresee any situation where Shimo La Tewa prison would get involved in this whole legal process before even a proper case, is filed on the issues that you've mentioned?
There has been a lot of information that Shimo La Tewa prison authorities have been camping at the EACC offices, saying that, once Mike Mbuvi Sonko is brought to the courts tomorrow, they also want him back so that he can go and finish the prison sentence that he did not finish some time back. So we probably expect that one of the things we are likely to see is that, amongst many other things, is Mike Mbuvi Sonko being taken back to Shimo La Tewa, probably to try and see whether he can finish his sentence.
All right. As far as the law stands, is it clear to you that Governor Sonko being barred from exercising the functions of his office, which would be in keeping with the kind of rulings that we've seen in cases like this, would automatically mean that Speaker Elachi is then the bona fide, if you like, or the acting holder of that office till the end of his case?
The Constitution is not extremely clear in a situation like this. Of course, the Constitution says that where a governor's office is vacant, that the deputy governor will act. But of course, you know that in the specific case of Nairobi, we have a unique scenario in the sense that we do not have a deputy governor. And so in those circumstances, the Constitution provides further that the Speaker of the County Assembly is supposed to act in that kind of situation. However, as we have seen, this is not one of those clear cases in which you can term that there has been actually created a vacancy in the office of governor. And so I expect that in the coming weeks, there is going to be debate if the governor is charged and so therefore barred from getting into office, whether this is one of those questions in which the Speaker can act. However, there is a provision under the Constitution in which the Constitution says that if a governor is removed from office, then that can count as a vacancy for which the Speaker could actually act. Right. However, that scenario has not unfolded before, and we want to see whether this is one of those scenarios in which someone can take that particular interpretation further to mean that therefore a vacancy is a reason for which the Speaker can act.
All right, James Mamboleo, city lawyer, speaking to us, and tonight we're asking you, do you think that devolution has benefited Kenyans? Of course, against the backdrop of all this drama and upheaval that we are beginning to see in certain counties, the former chair, I should say, of the Council of Governors, Isaac Ruto, joins us next. Send in your views and we'll be back after this.